Spain stays mainly in the plane. Did I say that? No, Eliza, we didn't say that. The scene from My Fair Lady movie 1964 shows how Eliza learned how to pronounce vowel correctly, especially diphthong. So, in that scene, Eliza pronounced a certain word like rain, Spain, maybe, plane wrongly. Instead of saying rain, she says rhyme. Instead of saying Spain, she says spine. You know, here, this is the right transcription, which is rain, Spain. It's invited to actually, for us, it's important for us to learn how to pronounce vowels, words correctly so that people can understand us. Eliza pronounced it wrongly because it was under Cockney influence, which is the access of dialect from East End of London.
Claus, you cat, how dare you show your temper to me? Sit down, be quiet. What's to become of me? What's to become of me? How the devil do I know what's to become of you? What does it matter what becomes of you? You don't care, I know you don't care. You wouldn't care if I was dead. I'm nothing to you, not as much as them slippers. Those slippers! Those slippers! I didn't think I'd be any difference now.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Tanisha Ishabati Yusni, L2480698, and today I'm going to discuss about a famous line from My Fair Lady, where Eliza repeats the line, "What's to become of me?" for 2 times. These scenes might seem a little too simple at first, but trust me, it carries a lot of emotion and reflects Eliza's Cockney background. Now we'll discuss about some key pronunciation features that stands out in Eliza's speech. The first one is H dropping. Eliza dropped the H in what, saying walk instead of what. This is the features of Cockney speech and shows her working class root, weak form of to. She pronounced to as the, making it sound quicker and less stressed. This is common in everyday conversation. Third, vowel change. In become, the vowel is pronounced as I, which is shorter and less clear than how it's normally pronounced in British English. This change reflects Eliza's background, where she's lacking in education. So now let's focus more about her emotion when she repeats the line, "What's to become of her?" First repetition, her tone rises at end, showing that she doesn't know what will happen to her. This sense of uncertainty shows her vulnerability. By the second time she says, "What's to become of me?" her tone drops sharply. This shows her despair, and at this point, we can see that Eliza is overwhelmed with emotion. The keywords of becomes and me carry a lot of emotions, while smaller words like to and of is less stress. This gives her speech a natural flow. Additionally, as Eliza becomes more distressed, her voice trembles. This highlights her vulnerability. If we compare Eliza's speech to normal standard British English, also known as received pronunciation, we can see a clear differences. In received pronunciation, what is pronounced with a clearer T and does not have a glottal stop. Received pronunciation has much more control and less intonation. It sounds different from Eliza's emotional delivery. In conclusion, this scene from My Fair Lady illustrates how speech can reveal a character's emotion and social background. Eliza's Cockney accent shows her social class, while her changing tone highlights her feeling of uncertainty, anxiety, and despair. By comparing her speech to a standard pronunciation, we see how language can express social class and personal growth.
Hertford and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen. That's awfully fun.
So hello everyone, today we'll be analyzing the pronunciation used in a scene from the 1964 film My Fair Lady, especially the famous escort horse racing. So the language spoken is English, and the character Eliza Doolittle is practicing a sentence meant to train her pronunciation. Like in Hartford, Hereford, and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happened. This sentence is used as phonetic exercise to help pronounce the H sounds clearly, something that's often dropped in her natural Cockney accent. So Eliza Doolittle usually speaks with a Cockney accent, which is common among working class people in East London. And this is some sign of the Cockney accent are. The first one, not pronouncing the letter H at the start of word. For example, saying ear instead of hair. Second, global stops where some letters in the middle of word are missed. For example, saying butter instead of butter. Different rhythm and tone compared to standard English. Cockney sounds more casual and has a unique flow. In the escort scene, Eliza is trying to speak a racist pronunciation, also known as a BBC English, which is how upper class people usually speak. But even though she tries hard, her natural Cockney accent still shows in the way she speaks. This creates a funny moment because even though she says the word correctly, she sounds strange and too serious. So next, let's compare Eliza's speech to BBC English, also known as a received pronunciation or RP. So RP is considered the standard or prestige accent in Britain. It's often associated educated speakers and upper class society. So if someone speaking in RP, they would pronounce the line clearly and smoothly. I give an example like Hartford, Hereford, and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happened. They would pronounce all the H sound crisply, use even intonation, and speak with confidence. However, Eliza overpronounced the H. She said Hartford, Hereford. And she stressed the words in an unusual rhythm which draws attention and makes her sound stiff. This shows that RP is not only about correct pronounce but also about natural flow and tone, something that Eliza hasn't quite mastered yet. So, in conclusion, the escort race scene in My Fair Lady is a brilliant example of how pronunciation, accent, and social identity are closely connected. So Eliza's attempt to speak in RP shows the complexity of mastering not just sounds but also the rhythm, tone, and social cues of an accent. This scene captures both the humor and difficulty of trying to transform oneself through speech and how pronunciation can be a powerful social signal. So that's all from me. Thank you.